A few years ago, I got my very first office job as an immigrant here in Toronto. I cannot express how fulfilled I felt that after all of my hard work, I finally got the job. In my first week, I got invited to their Friday happy hour, and as I was looking to make new friends, I said yes. We were all having a great time when all of a sudden, I felt a coworker grabbing my butt. I moved from there, and after a few minutes, he was sitting right next to me doing it again. I decided to take an Uber home, and he asked for a ride. I said no, but he still got in. I asked the coworker I knew the most to please join me in the car because I was scared of what this guy was capable of. As soon as we got to my place, I ran into my building. The next day, I told my boss the experience I had, and all he said was, "What a dog, that guy. His wife is pregnant." And the guy who accompanied me in the Uber said, "Mariana, he only wanted a ride. I don't know what you're talking about." I thought, should I say anything else? But I doubted myself because I was the new one at the office and that guy had been working there for years. I didn't want to lose a job that took me so long to find. A year later, we were celebrating my birthday and the same guy got invited to go to the bar with us. He seemed very quiet and normal in the office, so I thought, maybe I made a mistake before? Later that night, he followed me into the washroom and got into my stall and kissed me. I nervously walked out of there and told him to stop, but he didn't. At the table, he sat right next to me and started grabbing me in a more aggressive way than the previous time. I felt so weak and disgusted. I was being molested in front of so many people and nobody would notice it. I moved to the opposite side as much as I could, but again, I didn't know how to ask for help without people thinking that I was the one to blame. I only managed to ask a coworker who I trusted to walk me home because I just knew that guy was going to follow me again. When we left the bar, everyone was taking forever to leave, but I was so frightened that without thinking, I just started walking home, hoping my coworker would catch up with me. Near my place, I heard, "Mariana," but I knew that voice and it wasn't the coworker I was expecting. He followed me home again and demanded to go into my suite, but I didn't let him. He said, "I just want to talk," so I told him to talk in the lobby. All he said was, "Well, obviously I'm very attracted to you, but don't say anything." And I just replied in automatic motion, "Yes, no worries, it will be like last time." I was petrified. For months, I shamed myself because I felt weak, disgusting, and for not acting differently in a way that maybe nothing would have happened. I questioned myself, wondering if it was my fault that happened to me because I'm so nice and I smile all the time. I doubted my strength as a woman and I blamed myself for being scared to lose a job for speaking up, especially when nobody heard me when I did. But I was able to forgive myself. How many of us have been in a situation like this and blame and shame ourselves? How many times are we going to let this happen? Isn't it time that we forgive ourselves? I understood that was the person who I was at that moment and that I couldn't have done anything differently. And I forgive myself for that because that experience made me grow and respect myself in ways that I could have never imagined. So if you ever are in a situation where you doubt and blame yourself, open your heart and forgive your past self. Let it out of that cage because the moment you open that door to self-forgiveness is when you will see paths you never imagined. Thank you.